What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you guys 10 different ways to use your setting spray, and this video is in collaboration with Maven Beauty and Fashion Nova. So my weapon of choice is going to be the Maven Beauty Rose Water Setting Spray, and this one's pretty new. They launched it about 2 weeks ago and I've been really loving this one. You guys never see me use setting spray, and it's just because I don't like the way it feels on my skin, but this one is super lightweight and I've actually been using it a lot, especially since it's mask proof, so I can wear it when I'm going to work and not have my makeup look all messed up when I get to work. So I've really been enjoying this one. I'm also going to show you guys how to use their Prep and Refresh spray. So I have a lot of tips to share with you guys, so let's jump right into this video. So before I get started on the makeup, I am gonna first go in with the Rose Water Prep and Refresh spray, and this spray is going to help your makeup go on smoother and last longer. It's also going to make the makeup look more radiant and natural, and you can even use this one throughout the day just to refresh your skin and give extra hydration. So my first tip is actually going to be to use your setting spray before your makeup. I just feel like this gives a really nice grip to the makeup and it has something extra to hold on to. So I'm just gonna spritz this very lightly all over the skin, just like I did with the primer spray. And you can even do this if you don't have a primer and you just want something to make your makeup last longer. So my second tip is going to be to use it with your foundation, because this is pretty much going to make your foundation waterproof. I also feel like it makes my makeup last much longer. I always do this with brides because obviously you want to make sure that their makeup stays on all day. So I'm just gonna apply a few pumps of my foundation onto my brush, and then I'm going to spray the setting spray directly on it and then apply it onto my skin. And I just feel like the makeup goes on so smooth, and yeah, my foundation lasts all day whenever I do this. So my third tip is going to be for everyone who struggles with their concealer creasing under the eyes. I personally don't really have that problem, but I know a lot of people who do, and this works really great for them. So what you want to do is you want to apply your concealer onto your skin, and then you want to spray your brush or beauty blender or whatever you're using with the setting spray. And again, this is going to make the formula more waterproof and it just looks really flawless, I think. So my fourth tip is going to be to use it with your highlighters. Not only is this going to make your highlight even more blinding and more intense, but I also feel like it just kind of melts the powder particles and it just creates the most beautiful finish on the skin. So I'm gonna use the Maven Beauty Dripped Out highlighter. This one is already super intense as it is, but like I said, it just creates a really nice finish. So I'm just spraying a little bit of the Rose Water setting spray onto my highlight brush, and I'm just gonna apply it, and as you guys can see, it looks beautiful on the skin. So tip number 5 is going to be the most obvious one, and that is to use it as a setting spray. When you're done with all your makeup, you want to lock everything in place and make sure that it doesn't go anywhere throughout the day. And the Maven Beauty Rose Water Setting Spray has claims of being weightless, last up to 16 hours on the skin, and I can tell you guys I've had my makeup on for way more than that, and this one has kept my makeup in place. So I definitely agree with all the claims. I think it's an amazing product, and like I said in the beginning, this is like the only setting spray that I use on myself because it's so lightweight, I can't even feel it on the skin. So tip number 6 is going to be a tip that I've actually never seen anyone else do. So last week I ran out of my regular brow gel and I kind of panicked. I was like, I need something to keep my brows in place, I need something to brush up the hairs and just keep them looking good. So I actually took my setting spray and I sprayed it on the brush and I brushed it through my brows, and it actually kept them in place really well. So that's another little tip that you can do if you don't have a brow gel or you just need something right now and all you have is a setting spray. You can actually use it to brush your hairs up. So tip number 7 I think. Tip number 7 is going to be to use it to create faux freckles on your face. So you can either pick some eyeshadow up on a brush and spray the setting spray onto the brush, but what I actually do is I spray a little bit here on the lid of the palette. So I just spray a little bit on here, and then I take a little pointed like eyeliner brush and I kind of dip, I think I used these 2 colors, and I just kind of dip them like this and mixed it with the setting spray, and then, you know, I kept going back and forth and I just created some freckles on my face. As you guys can see, it looks pretty good. I'm actually not that good at doing faux freckles. I don't feel like I have the right technique, but with this one it's pretty good because the setting spray obviously makes it a little bit more sheer, so I think it's easier to work with. And also because the setting spray has a long wearing finish, it's not gonna like get muddy throughout the day, it's gonna stay in place. So tip number 8 is going to be the one that I personally use the most, and that is to use the setting spray with your favorite shimmer and metallic eyeshadows, just to make them more pigmented and more metallic on the eyes. So what you want to do for this one is you want to pick up a little bit of eyeshadow on a brush and then spray the brush with the setting spray and then apply it on your eyes. As you guys can see, I'm doing the left eye here without any setting spray, just the eyeshadow alone, and then on the other eye I'm using it with the setting spray. And as you guys can see, there is a big difference. It instantly goes on much more pigmented and more metallic, and you can even see the difference in fallout. It just kind of locks everything in place, just like with everything else I've showed you. It just, I don't know, it's just such a good way to use it. So tip number 9 is going to be pretty similar to the last one, and that is to mix it to make your own liquid eyeshadows. And this is another little trick that I often use because I don't have that many eyeliners, but I have a lot of eyeshadows. And this little makeup hack actually works with both shimmers and mattes. So to do this, you can either pick up an eyeliner brush with some product on there and just spray the brush, but that way I feel like it's not gonna get wet enough. So what I like to do is the same thing as with the Faux Freckles. As you can see, I use this one to do the eyeliner in the clip, but I just spray a little bit here on the lid of the palette, and then I just dip it into the eyeshadow and I mix it, and then I apply it onto my eyes. That's how I did this liner. But if you don't want to do that and you don't want to risk ruining your eyeshadow, as you can see, it creates kind of like a little film, so that's why I always do it in the corners. But you can just scrape that off if you feel like that's a problem. But if you don't want to do that, what you can do is you can scrape a little bit of eyeshadow off the palette onto another little like palette, and then you can mix it on there with the setting spray. That's another way to do it. I just feel like this is a little bit easier, and I'm kind of lazy, so it works for me. So my 10th and last tip for this video is going to be to use it on your body. So there are a couple of different ways you can use it. You can either use it like if you want to apply some highlights onto your shoulders and this part, whatever that's called, the décolletage I think. You can just spray the setting spray on top of it to lock it in place and to give it more of that natural looking finish, but also to keep it from smudging on your clothes. If you're wearing like light colors or whatever, you don't want to have highlight all over your clothes. Same thing goes if you have some like shimmer on your legs or whatever and you don't want it all over your clothes. You can lock it in place with this one. This one is going to keep it in place. I tried this the other day. I had a top on and then I had some highlight up here and it didn't transfer, so I think it works. So I think those are my top 10 tips on how to use your setting spray in different ways. Now I probably wouldn't recommend doing all of these things at once because you're gonna run out of setting spray pretty fast, but this one is affordable, so if you want to do it, I'm not gonna judge. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I just want to say thank you to Maven Beauty. You can shop Maven Beauty exclusively at fashionnova.com. I will have a link in my description box. And yeah, that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!